A prominent Italian cardinal was among 10 people sent to trial in the Vatican on Saturday, charged with financial crimes including embezzlement, money laundering, fraud, extortion, and abuse of office. The most important finance news today by MasterDigest. A shortage of qualified workers, doubts raised by workers from home, and supply chain havoc are proving problematic for some companies as they try to ride France's recovery from the pandemic, but struggle to fill vacancies, business leaders said in the latest story by Reuters. Less than a year before France's next presidential election, Emmanuel Macron's chances of re-election will partly hinge on the strength of a rebound, beginning to benefit some of France's big industries, from luxury goods makers to energy exporters. The government rolled out one of the most generous state-financed furlough schemes in Europe, while millions of office workers moved to working from home. Nearly half of construction companies, 41% of service companies, and a quarter of industrial companies are struggling to recruit workers, according to the Bank of France's latest business climate survey. At the same time, half of French construction firms and 44% of industrial companies were facing supply problems, with the rate as high as 70% for car makers, the Bank of France's survey found. Paris and Brexit-battered London fight to be crowned the global capital of green banking, this coming from the latest Bloomberg feeds. The two cities are competing to dominate this burgeoning world of investment products, tailored for environmental, social, and governance factors, which Bloomberg Intelligence estimates could grow to more than $53 trillion of assets by 2025, a sum that's greater than the global market for corporate bonds. For the City of London, this battle is key to its future, says Ben Caldecott, director of the Oxford Sustainable Finance Programme at the University of Oxford. The stakes have been heightened by Brexit, which has sent international banks away from London. JP Morgan added to London's woes on Tuesday when Dimon, the bank's chief executive officer, announced that Paris will be the firm's post-Brexit trading hub in the European Union and confirmed a plan to move several hundred traders to the French capital. A number of JP Morgan's biggest US rivals, including Bank of America Corp and Goldman Sachs Group Inc., also have thrown their weight behind Paris. Green finance volume surge in the Middle East in the first half of 2021. Volume of green finance issuances surged in the Middle East in the first half of 2021. The North Africa MENA region saw its first sustainability-linked loan to refinance existing debt issued by Emirates NBD for $1.75 billion in March 2021. Green and sustainably linked debt issuance in the Middle East and MENA region reached $6.4 billion in the first half of 2021, exceeding the total for the whole of last year, according to Bloomberg's H1 2021 Capital Markets League tables. H1 2021 green and sustainability-linked debt issuances in the MENA region are already up approximately 38% on total 2020 volumes in the same category, $4.7 billion. The majority of this increase can be attributed to the Red Sea Development Green Loan, which stood at around $3.8 billion. As a result of these new developments, and as an effect of the green bond issuances from First Abu Dhabi Bank, FAB, financials have taken a lead from a sector-wide perspective, and the banks in the MENA region are increasing their capabilities and infrastructure to provide green financing. US, Cyprus, and Singapore are the most crypto-ready nations globally, according to CryptoHead. In accordance with the crypto education platform CryptoHead, the US has topped as the world's most crypto-ready country. For the evaluation, the various parameters factored have been the count of crypto ATMs in each of the country, their accessibility, crypto legality, and whether banks are allowed to use it. Also, as the number of online searches on crypto-related terms for deciding on a crypto-ready index for as many as 200 nations and territories. On the metric, the US with a score of 7.13 topped the list, followed by Cyprus and Singapore on the second and third spot, with each of them scoring 6.5. Further, as per the data collected by CryptoHead, the US has a total of 17,436 crypto ATMs, nearly 16,000 more than Canada, which ranks at the second place on the parameter. Worldcoin wants to give you cryptocurrency in exchange for scanning your eyeballs. details are slowly emerging about a new startup, Worldcoin, that aims to launch a new cryptocurrency that it would distribute to people in exchange for their eye scans. The futuristic-sounding idea has attracted major supporters in Silicon Valley, including Y Combinator president Sam Altman, LinkedIn co-founder Reid Hoffman, and the venture capital firms Andreessen Horowitz and Day One Ventures. But while information is still coming to light about Worldcoin, cryptography and privacy experts are already poking holes in its main premise. They say Worldcoin's reliance on biometric technology is unnecessary and could lead to major privacy problems. They're warning that a nascent proposal is a solution in search of a problem, and that its plan to rely on people's incredibly sensitive biometric data undermines the pseudonymous spirit behind cryptocurrencies. The company is already testing a prototype of its eye-scanning device in several cities. Volunteers are being paid primarily in Bitcoin for now, and has at least $25 million in funding, according to Bloomberg. Overall, the startup wants to power a new cryptocurrency that the entire globe can access and which could be dispersed to almost anyone. Cardinal among 10 indicted by Vatican for financial crimes. Cardinal Angelo Becciu, formerly a senior official in the Vatican administration, as well as 2 top officials at the Vatican's Financial Intelligence Unit, will go on trial on July the 27th over a multi-million euro scandal involving the Vatican's purchase of a building in one of London's smartest districts. The trial will inevitably bring a swirl of media interest to the tiny city-state surrounded by Rome, and appears to underscore Pope Francis's determination to cure the rot in Vatican finances, even if it involves messy public hearings. The document says Becciu tried to heavily deflect the inquiry into Vatican investments, including the London building, and tried to discredit the investing magistrates via the Italian media. Becciu continued to have influence over money transfers at the Secretariat, even after he left the post, the document said. The main charges against Becciu involve the alleged funneling of money and contracts to companies or charitable organizations controlled by his brothers on their native island of Sardinia. Jeff Bezos, 57, is stepping down as Amazon's CEO. He'll remain executive chairman and the company's biggest shareholder. Bezos leaves Amazon's former cloud computing chief, Andy Jassy, to run a company that is bigger and more valuable than ever. It's unclear how Bezos will govern from the sidelines. Under Bezos, Amazon transformed itself from an online bookseller startup into the world's largest online retailer. Bezos led the company safely through the dot-com bubble bursting in the early 2000s, then launched a period of ruthless expansion, pushing its influence far beyond internet commerce. His Instagram account shows he has plenty of other interests to occupy his time. The science fiction fan is planning a joyride to suborbital space with his best friend and brother Mark this month, one recent post said. In another, Bezos is behind the wheel of an electric pickup truck built by Rivian, a startup that Amazon funded, traversing the desert in a cowboy hat to see a rocket capsule land. The final frontier has long beckoned Bezos, who has poured billions of dollars into his company, Blue Origin, to promote tourism and infrastructure in space. The venture's first crewed flight is to embark July 20th, less than 2 weeks after Richard Branson's Virgin Galactic, to commence a new epoch to travel beyond Earth.